And we're live. Hello, Slice of Dices.
Start doing all your lives with a different voice.
Different voice every time. Don't matter, nobody's here. People will rewatch it though.
There's always one.
Nope, not yet. Oh shit, where's the pad?
Uh-oh, you done fucked up.
Baby, don't do that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, at least in 60 seconds. Now you just fucked my shit up. Might as well say all the effing words now.
There's definitely people there.
No. Oh yeah, there is. Hang on one second, guys. Guys and gals. What is everybody up to today? Okay, now I can see as soon as it goes up. There we go. Go quiet. There we go. What's up, Stud Fishing, Virginia Ninja, Penny, Jerry, Jesse, Kevin, Manny. Damn, we got a bunch today. Nice. At least showing up early. Okay, so Kevin, you're 6'1", huh?
What?
All right, so I got a knife from someone that the edge got some damage. They were trying to do some sharpening, and you know they tried and it didn't work out too good, so they sent it to me to do some edge repair and resharpen it for them. And we're gonna tune this baby up. It did take some pretty good damage, not horrible, nothing that can't be fixed. And I know exactly what happened. So I drew this little picture really quick to show what happened. So this is a picture I drew, obviously, and then this is the blade. This would be the edge. So what you're trying to get is you're trying to get the striations to all go the same pattern all the way down. This is what you're looking for. So what wound up starting to happen is, and if you pay attention to this when you're sharpening, you'll notice if you start changing your angle, what'll happen is you'll get these lines that'll go like this, and they might go off like that. They're just lines that will end up in the middle of your edge angle. Now, when you start seeing those, what it is your angle is changing, or you're starting to change your angle. Now, at first, obviously, when you're first starting to set your angle and you're trying to get this going perfect, you're gonna see that because you're putting a new edge on there, putting a new angle on there. But after you're getting it and you're getting it pretty good, you got to watch out for these because that means your angle is starting to change. So, and that's what I noticed all the way up and down this is that every bit of it, the edge is at different angles and it's changed. So that means there was a lot of movement in the wrist, or maybe different patterns. Like maybe you start sharpening like this and then start sharpening like this, maybe start going like this, or was doing the same way but was moving up and down a lot. Now, once you get a good motion going, try to keep it and try to keep it the same exact angle the whole way. Yeah, you're gonna see the angles changing, but it's just going to the angle that you're holding, and keep it up. Now, I'm gonna try to continue showing this trick, the pen trick, on my finger. Let me answer some questions really quick. Metal Complex is in the house. What's up, bud?
What?
Yeah, Kara's in the background. She's playing a game, so she's in the background. I want my husband to learn to sharpen. He cannot sharpen shit. Well, he can. He just needs some practice. Everybody messes up edges from the start. Everybody. I don't care if you have a KME. You're gonna mess up some edges, until you really understand how it works. And you just gotta spend time on the stone. That's it. What's up, Kiefer? Okay, so now this is a really good system. I've showed this a couple times. I'm gonna show it again on how to get and hold a perfect angle when you're freehanding. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna find my angle. Okay, I'm gonna find my angle by, say, holding it flat the stone is flat. Okay, you see the shadow underneath the edge. I'm only looking at the heel of the blade. I'm going to lift it until that shadow is gone or until the edge is hitting the stone. Once it hits the stone, then I go up here to the front. And right there, where the top right there is hitting my finger, that is where I'm going to put my line. So I'm going to try to push it into my finger a little bit so it makes a little divot. Bang, see that little spot on my finger? That is my line. So I put it right there, but I'm actually going to put it on my middle finger because I cut my finger right there. So let's redo that. About right there should be good. Right there. And now I'm going to match that up with my thumb because my thumb's going to slide back and forth this way. My middle finger's going to slide back and forth like this. I'm not pushing into the stone. I'm just barely letting it glide. So now let me match this and this up. So what I do is I put my middle finger like that, and I take this finger and I put it right up to it. Sometimes it'll make a little stamp on my thumb, and it did. Just a little bit. So that's it. Let me make sure it matches. And it's pretty decent. Looks like it might be a little off. Let me check it behind the camera. Give me 1 second, guys. I will talk to you guys in just 1 second. Let me just look at this. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're fine. That'll work. All right, so what's up, Zach? I am sharpening my middle finger, yes. I like to sharpen it so when I flip birds, it's nice and sharp. I watch videos, I can see. Well, I have a knife collection video, actually. I've gotten a lot of knives and given away a lot of knives since that video. So if you just go through the videos, you'll see my my collection. He is drawing finger puppets. Yes, I'm drawing finger puppets. So what I'm doing is that line, this line right there, and this line right there. This is my angle right here, so I can hold it. So it's the same the whole time, and it's going to be the same now on this side because I matched it up with my thumb. Now, I do this still sometimes, like if I'm sharpening like a really expensive knife, but I'm showing people how to hold an angle when you're beginning sharpening freehand, how to hold an angle and not mess up. So, and you know, obviously everything takes a little bit of practice, but this takes a lot of the guesswork out, and it stops you from doing this number, you know. Now this is a 300 grit diamond. I don't know what I'm going to go up to yet. Let's see how long this takes, because this edge, I know on a live, edges aren't very easy to get to, but it's got some damage. I mean, it's not sharp at all. And this isn't the thinnest behind the edge. It's not crazy thick either, but it's going to need some repair work. Bag of donuts, what's up? Cool idea to line up. Yeah, I mean, it is a cool idea, and it seems like it's helped a few people so far that are trying to do some freehand. And the way I see it is, if it helps one person, and then I'm willing to make a video on it. I mean, that's what we're here for. My favorite steel to sharpen, 14C28N. I like sharpening every steel because when you use diamonds, to be real, it's just as easy to sharpen M390 or 20CV as it is 14C28N. It's just one's going to sharpen faster. The reason why I like to sharpen 14C28N a lot, one, it sharpens very easily. Two, it takes a really good polish that also holds a nice bite. I like a steel that holds a really, really good bite. Now, I've gotten that from some steels that just have a really good heat treat. Like I just sharpened a S35 that had a great heat treat, and man, that thing got super sticky. And then I sharpened a shit one, and I couldn't get an edge for nothing. Nah, I don't know about M-Tech stainless steel. That probably the the Rockwell hardnesses on those are just so low that they're not going to want to hold much. I'm sure there's some that are pretty good. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to take the line, I'm going to match it up with the top, and I'm going to pick one spot of this knife that's going to be my spot, and it's going to be towards the tip. So right there is the spot I'm going to pick, and I'm going to try to match it up with the thumb when I do the other side right there too. So got my line, got the heel of the blade right here, the heel right there touching the stone, and then I start. Now when I start getting towards the tip, I'm just going to slightly lift up. Not my wrist, my elbow. Now after you get comfortable, you can start moving your wrist, but you don't really want to move your wrist because that's where a lot of people do this little teeter-tottering thing. You want to keep your wrist locked and just move your elbow. So go across, moving your elbow. That way you're going to hold your angle a lot more easier. Now my finger is barely rubbing the stone. I need to get one of those things that Metal Complex has that holds the camera up in the air so you guys don't catch all the vibrations from the desk I'm on. We're not big time over here at Neevesknives though. Maybe in the future. And that way you can work on a tip if you want to. You can work on the middle. It doesn't matter because you have the same angle the whole time. And you don't have to worry about messing up your angle or rubbing over here or anything like that and it being different. It's going to be the same. And then you just use your elbow. And you see all the steel that's coming off. Give that a little wipe. You want to be careful with paper towels on diamonds. You will get some fuzzies and stuff like that. I'm going dry. I'm not using any lube or any lube, so Kara likes that word. Yeah, this is already looking really good. I know you guys can't really see that, but it is. Why no lube? I'm not using any lube because it's diamond. You don't have to. And I don't know. I like using diamond dry. And then as I get dust particles, I just wipe them off like that, and it works just fine. Now, if this was a natural stone, I would absolutely use some lube. But on diamonds, I don't really worry about it. I clean it still, though. Like, when it gets bad enough, I clean it with alcohol. It helps the stone from loading. Well, not diamonds, really. Now, if it was a natural stone, it does help it from loading. But I noticed that it doesn't, like I said, I just wipe it, and when I do lube, I'm going to be wiping, and it's going to be all over the place. It's going to be a lot messier than me just giving it a little wipe here and there. Now, I don't know if you guys know this about stropping compounds, but if you guys are stropping, let me move you guys a little bit so I don't hit you. If you guys are using stropping compound, make sure you clean your knife really good, and don't do it around any food or anything. That shit causes cancer. So, just a little tip. And now, right now, I can look over at the thing and see your guys' comments, and I don't have to worry because my angle is going to stay the same. Yes, I've got practice with this, so I could probably do it without my line, but since I do have my line and it's matched up to my finger the way it is, I can move around and not have to worry about my angle changing. It's gonna stay the same. And that's the hardest part for freehanders, is trying to hold that angle. All right. Jesse says, what's up, Kara?
What's up?
Pretty smooth guy, yeah. You too. You're welcome. Don't you have to do same stroke? Now, okay, so now with the stroke, yes and no. So you try to do the same one that you continue to do, but if you have to do a different stroke here and there, it's not that big of a deal because you're going to go back to that stroke. So like say this is the stroke I like with this particular knife. I like this one right there, and then when I get to the tip, I just kind of raise up just ever so slightly. And I mean, this is very slightly with this sheep's foot, but If I want to go like this a little bit here and there, I'm still at the same angle, so it's not that big of a deal. And I'm still kind of going at an angle. I'm still going, you know, in the direction I want my striations to go. And I'm still going to finish it off like that. And all my striations right now, from here to here, are all pretty much perfect. And I do have a slight burr already. Holy cow. But I'm missing the heel. So let's get to the heel really quick. Get my angle. And now I might put just a little bit more pressure by trying to keep it flat. Just putting a little bit more pressure at the heel. Not a lot. If you put too much, you'll wind up changing your angle and it might mess it up. So just a little bit more pressure. And then blend it in. You want to marry, it's called marrying the edge. You want to marry the edge in together.
Excuse you? Who's Edge?
Who the fuck is that bitch? What's up, Megaron? Mean Gene. Made it this time. Yes, you did. Googleville, Colorado. Is that real? Googleville? Is that for real? Or are you just trolling us?
Why would that be a troll?
I don't know, because it's Googleville. You don't know about me. Alright, yeah, the heel, still need to get it in a little bit better. We're getting it though, it's almost there. And just takes patience. And listen, if you ever start with an edge and you start getting frustrated, put it down, leave for 30 minutes and come back. Or come back the next day. Whatever you got to do. He's trolling, you think? But yeah, don't get irritated. Don't get frustrated. Always go into sharpening or any knife maintenance. Anything. Taking apart a knife, putting scales on, doing anything. This is a 300 grit diamond, and these are ultra sharp diamond stones. These things are, you get them very cheap on Amazon. I do have a link. I'll put a link in after the video. I do not have a TS81. I have a bunch of Tucson's though, but I do not. This is, by the way, sorry guys, this is the Kizer Guru. It's kind of like poor man's Sabenza. That's what I like to call it. I know it's a sheep's foot, but now, if any of you guys missed the very beginning, I showed a picture that I drew of what I think was happening with the edge and why it caught so much damage from the owner. Trying to freehand it, and you know, it's just all part of the learning experience. Okay, so now I've got a burr all the way across. I have a tiny little section right there that I need to hit a little bit better, so I'm just going to do it right now. I could go to this side and then come back, but I'm just going to get it really quick. Heck yeah, I can't wait to get it back. Please take your time. Oh, what's up, Mark? I didn't even tell nobody whose knife it was. I didn't want to bust nobody out. Well, you never know if people don't want other people to know. It ain't my, it's not my, you know, business to tell anybody else's business. Business on business. But this thing's coming together pretty quick. Yeah, there we go. And we got a burr all the way down. Neeves in Boulder, Colorado. People Republic of Colorado, soon to be Googlesville. Boulder. We went to, we've been to Breckenridge and Durango.
And Silverton.
I did? I went to Silverton?
Yes, you did.
And Silverton. But thanks for the hush business. Yeah, no problem. Let's see. Can you guys see this pretty good? Let me know if like I'm like if the camera angle or the lighting or anything like that's messed up and you guys think it would be better if you've seen it in a different way or different lighting, because lives aren't as clear as if I was just recording a video. If I was just recording a video, this would be twice as clear, 3 times as clear. But live videos, they tend to not be as clear. look at this. And then I got a little rag down here by my leg. Every time I'm done, I just give it a little wipe this way because the burr's going to be on this side. So it's looking good though. Looking real good. I need to get the tip. The tip's missing a little bit. So watch how we get this tip. Get our angle. Started at the heel. Work my way up. Lift my elbow. And now I'm going to give it a little grind in action. Just a little bit though. I'm not rough with it because you want to be not delicate with diamonds, but you want to let the diamonds do the work, not your muscles. And also your sharpening will go much faster that way because the diamonds will bite in deeper than you want, and you'll wind up having to get those out, and it just makes it take more time unless if you really need to crank out some steel, then maybe a little bit of pressure, but the diamonds will last a lot longer on the stone if you just take your time with them and let them do the work. I used a red fine tip Sharpie to draw the line, and I thought I cut my finger. Yeah, I always use a black pen. The marker, I mean, I guess I get some fine tip markers, but I like the line to be kind of thin so that I'm always using the middle of it or right on top of the line. I kind of want to see the line pop out from underneath my finger, but not too much. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking real good. All right, we got a small burr on the other side. It could be bigger up and down. I'm gonna just do a little more work. Get a little. Now, a little tip for sharpening. You don't want a big burr. Now, when you first start sharpening, so that you can learn how to locate the burr and stuff like that, you might want it to be a little bit bigger. But once you understand the burr and like know what it feels like, the more bigger your burr is, the more steel you're hogging off. So try to make your burr as small as possible. One, that'll help you get a little bit of a sharper edge, but it'll help you not hog off so much steel during your sharpening process. Your U.S. versus Chinese knives discussion last week was great. Worked for a podcast. I agree. And you know, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Do you oil after? You mean the knives? Or the stones? All right, Google has invaded us and taken over the city. They have Boulder in their pocket. Now let's get back to sharpening. I'm always afraid of scratching the blade. A lot of people are scared to scratch the blade. But once you get comfortable, especially comfortable with holding this angle, you don't get as scared of scratching the blade. One thing though, a brand new diamond stone, you do want to break in just a little bit and get a couple sharpenings on, because the diamonds do break in a little bit and they can fling off, and sometimes like you'll get little lines. Now that's from being very rough and like doing like really fast motions. So as long as you got a good pace and you're not pushing really hard, you're not gonna get those it's like they're little scratches that wind up above your edge. That tends to happen, especially on like DLC coated blades. It'll happen pretty often. But if you keep the same angle and you don't rush it and you're not rapidly going fast with a lot of pressure, you usually don't get that too bad. Sometimes maybe, especially if it's a new diamond stone, you might. But that's why, you know, breaking your stone just a little bit. We need to crush the thumbs up button. Yeah, Zach, I agree. What's going on? How many do we got? I'm gonna look. Damn, 1 like. I'm giving myself a like. Holy cow. Gotta give myself the likes.
I don't think those update on their own.
I don't think so either. I put a decent scratch above the bevel. Okay, so yeah, you can lay your edge down. He's saying that he put a decent scratch above the bevel. Do you think if I lay it down, I can mask it? Yes, I absolutely do. Now, it depends on how high above it is. If it's just directly above it, then yeah, you can just do that. Or if it's sharp, work it. Use it, get it, you know, until it needs the next sharpening. You're going to have to sharpen it again. don't be too scared, depending on the knife, I guess, to have a blade that's scratched. It gives it some character, and it's not a bad thing, you know. So don't think of it too bad. I know I do the same thing, so I'm kind of being a little bit of a hypocrite because I'm the same way. Like, I freak out over the way my edges look and stuff, but in all reality, it gives it some personality, and you're gonna sharpen it again anyways. So this one's got a pretty good scratch above the bevel too. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it because in order to get to it, I'm gonna have to hog off some major steel to get to it. I could get to it. I could, but it would be definitely hogging off a bunch of steel. So what I'm gonna do is I will sharpen it as far back as it'll go until it's nice and sharp. And then if it's still there, I'm going to leave it, and then it can come out in one of the future sharpenings. Unless if, you know, he wants it. How long have you been sharpening? Well, I've been talking a lot more than I've been sharpening, but I don't know. How long has this video been going for? I don't know, 15 minutes maybe or something, 20 minutes. Not very long. And to be honest, I'm almost done with this stone. I got a little bit more at the tip on this side I'm going to get. Now, you don't have to get everything with the first stone because your second stone is going to get some, you know, some of the sharpening done too, or some of the steel removal too. But depending on how much you're wanting to remove, but I recommend, though, trying to get it as perfect as possible with the first stone. That way, all your other stones from there out are just going to be refining your edge, which also winds up going a lot faster. Okay, that's done. Is it S30? Yes, it's S35. How do you like it? It's not my favorite. I like S35. I don't mind it. It doesn't take the best polish. I'll say that. Like if you like a really polished edge, I'm not saying it doesn't take a polished edge. It does. It just doesn't really like it. In my opinion, S35 likes a little bit of a toothier edge. You know, polished edge, you polish off the teeth a little bit more. Now, that could have a lot to do with heat treat too. So, like I said, I just sharpened one with a really good heat treat. It was a custom knife. And wow, that could possibly be the sharpest knife I've ever done. I don't know about that. Sometimes you always feel like that, but it's definitely in the top 10 sharpest knives I've done, and it has everything to do with the heat treat, not the S35. And I've sharpened hundreds of S35 knives, and it's sharpened really good. Aside from the edge, the blade geometry, not saying it's bad blade geometry, but the grinds were done kind of bad on the knife. Aside from that, it sharpened up really good. But it did have some issues with the grinds. Okay, both edges match it very nicely. I do need a little tiny bit more work on this tip. Now you want to check your edge constantly. I know it feels like it's taking so much more time to do that, but trust me when I say it will increase your performance so much more to just pay attention to everything you're doing to the edge. If you change something, check it. That's looking pretty good. Pretty damn good. All right. 15 minutes left. Oh, I meant how many? Oh, how many? Okay. Yes, I have a burr. M390 VG10 takes a fantastic polish. Yes, M390 and VG10 takes a hell of a polish. Now, I've been sharpening for, like, I started freehanding when I was a kid. But let me get this straight. I did a horrible job. I just learned like how to scratch back and forth. That was it. My dad taught me to spit on a stone with my spit from my mouth and sharpen back and forth. So I wasn't getting good edges. I wound up getting a Lansky. I used that for quite some time, and then when I got back into knives, as I got a little bit older, I got another Lansky stone, and the past 2 years, I've been freehanding and taking it very seriously. So I'm going to say 2 years freehanding very seriously. And I love it. I feel like it's therapeutic and you get a lot out of it. And it's another way to appreciate your knives. And it's another way to appreciate something about knife collecting and stuff like that. You just spend more time on the lower grits if you have problems finishing with the spend more time on. Yes, you definitely. You know what? The majority of your time on your stone should be on the lower grit. Don't listen to people when they say, "Oh, you should start with 1,000 grit." That's bullshit. You start with a low grit, and you finish with like 1,000 grit or higher. Doesn't matter, but start with a low grit. You work your way up. If you start with a 300, move to a 600 next, or an 800, and then from there go up to 1,000 grit, then 1,500 grit. But start with a lower grit. It will help you sharpen 10 times faster. Like if I started with 1,000 grit stone just now, I'd be here for 2 hours trying to get what I've gotten done so far. Yeah, you start 2,000. What's up, Mike? Hey, Mike Emler, he's in the comments, guys. Go to his channel, Mike Emler. He is a freehand sharpener. He's a professional. And I've actually learned a lot from watching his channel. He's a great guy. He's got a hell of a channel. Please, please, please go check out his channel and sub to him. He does lots of live videos. Yeah, he's been doing YouTube for a long time, and I was watching him way before I ever started a channel. And great guy. He'll answer any questions you guys ever have. He does lives, seems like daily, but at least a few times a week he does a live, and it makes it possible for you to stay connected to somebody or to the person and get any questions answered or anything like that. Really good guy. He does a lot of work with the Fair and Forge guys. He's buddies with those guys. But yes, go check him out. Great guy. He's getting dressed. You're getting dressed to go work out. You know what? I'm actually right after this. I am going to, while I'm uploading a video, I am going to do a workout. I am not using oil. I am doing a dry diamond, and I am just wiping as I go, just like that. But no, I'm going to work on some push-ups today and the pull-up bar, because I'll tell you what, man, I gotta get better with that pull-up bar. I can do chin-ups pretty good, but my actual pull-up, not the best, man. Especially when I do them right. Do you know what I mean? Because I can get a bunch in if I'm not doing it right, but by doing it right and going all the way down and all the way up. But I've been watching some videos on how to improve my pull-ups, and basically it's these little techniques you start doing, and it's not by doing a full pull-up. It's by doing like partial pull-ups and like letting yourself down really slowly, or letting yourself hang and just letting your shoulders flex and then letting yourself back down. So you're not pulling yourself up at all. You're literally just taking your shoulders and flexing them. And which is the hardest part of the pull-up is when you hit the bottom, when you're pulling yourself back up. When you let your arms extend all the way down, going back up, that's the hardest part. So that's the part I'm having the most trouble with. So you're doing cardio today? That's awesome, man. Yeah, he had a picture of his arms earlier, man. He's getting big, man. Mike's definitely a big dude. And I don't mean in a fat way. But yeah, I think it's good for anybody and everybody to get as much workouts as you can in. I'm not saying you need to be buff or big or anything like that. I just mean you should always try to do better next week than you were last week for just about anything, whether it's eating healthier or drinking more water, or you know, improving your leg strength, or maybe your stamina, whatever it is. You should always be working on something. You know, we all only get older, and you know, in our older age, we're only going to be thankful that we did do it, as long as we don't abuse ourselves. As I know, like growing up in martial arts and boxing and kickboxing and everything, we abused the hell out of ourselves. I mean, like really bad. And doing construction and all that my whole life, I've had so many injuries and hurt myself so many times and been into so many street fights and just bullshit. So I've gotten hurt a lot. And now that I'm getting a little older, I'm not even that old. I'm 34 years old. I can tell I'm, you know, not like I was when I was 20 years old, full of testosterone, you know. So I can tell the little things like my stamina, how that's changed. And just little things like that. But it's because I haven't been working on it, and all the activities I was doing when I was younger isn't the same as I'm doing today. So it tells me that I need to work on it a little bit. There's nothing wrong with wanting to improve yourself. Also, body weight rows. Yeah, I have to use the TRX bands for pull-ups. That's what I need to get. I need to get those. Good thing you said that. I'm definitely going to look at that. I'll talk to you about the collab later. All right, bud. Later, Mike. I'm very different than how I was 15 years ago. Yeah? Everybody is. 15 years is a long time. I mean, everybody changes, and change is good. You know, it's not a bad thing. But I can just tell some of my injuries have hurt me in the long runs. Like some of the things that I did growing up that I thought made me a tough guy is what is affecting me now in my later years. You know, like just pushing myself harder than I should have, you know. And I was on a job site with a bunch of thick skinned leathernecks that, you know, you were trying to match up to. You know, telling you crazy things and making you basically abuse yourself to be, you know, a tough guy. And that's what it meant to be a man when I was growing up. So but now, you know, it's a lot different. Even just like in martial arts, you know, the abuse that they used to make you do, we have so much evidence to show how much damage that does to you. It does a lot more damage than it does good. It's better to slowly progress than to just hurt yourself. And I'm not saying you shouldn't hurt your muscles. You should definitely do muscle damage and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about it's not always good to just hurt yourself. You need to, you know, slowly progress sometimes. You were a newborn 15 years ago? Well, then you were definitely different 15 years ago. Yeah, this is looking really, really good. Got the burr on this side. I don't know what I'm going to go up to. If I should go up to 1,200. This is a 600 I'm on.
12 million.
I don't think I have a stone for that.
You don't have a 12 million? What kind of sharpener are
That'd probably, that'd be insane, mirror. This one, this is a 600 right here, and next would be my 12. That, or I could go to an Arkansas stone or something like that. Is Marcus, you still here? I don't know if he's still here. He might not be here anymore. Mean Gene, has anyone asked why you switched to your middle finger? Well, I caught a very sharp burr in the tip of my finger, and it will not stop bleeding. Not today. I did it the other day, and every time I work out or do anything, it starts bleeding. So if I start rubbing it back and forth on the stone, it's going to start bleeding. It had nothing to do with me rubbing back and forth. That's not where it came from. I don't know exactly. I just looked down at my finger and it was bleeding. And I think what happened was I caught a burr going like this, like feeling it, and I didn't notice it was on the tip of my finger. And then when I started going like this, it just pushed it into my finger or something. I don't know. Yeah, I basically cut my finger, pretty much. but it keeps bleeding and I didn't want to. The other day I had to stop because it started bleeding on the stone. And yeah, so, and that was during the video. Ha! Listen, that's probably why YouTube stopped me. I don't know why they took down my video. Hey, answer me something. Is Super Chat on, guys? Probably not. The Ultimate Lube. Yeah, the Ultimate Lube. Nice and bloody. Tell me, is Super Chat or whatever the hell that's called. Is that what it's called, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here, I want to show you guys something. Check this out. I don't know if you guys seen this, but I'm going to be doing a video on this in just a couple days. It's the Kubi Nova. I put a real nice edge on that bitch. But yeah, this thing is really cool. The sounds of this thing is just amazing. But yeah, going to have a video on this here in a couple days. Few days. Holy shit, it's on! You were right. You were right. Holy shit. This is our first. I wish I had like one of those foghorns right now. This is our first Super Chat ever. Bag of donuts. I will not forget that. Holy shit. That is insane. That's our first Super Chat ever. Wow. That is crazy. Now I know what I was doing or what to do now. I put it for, I always put it for not for kids, and because there's two different sections to do that on. No, it's not for kids, and yes, make it for 18 and older only. So there's two different sections for that. And that's what I was doing wrong. Thanks, Bag of Donuts, man. You are the man. You are our first Super Chat ever. Ever. That's so awesome. Wow. Did I take your... You took our super virginity. Yeah, exactly. That's so badass.
Feel so violated.
And I feel good about it.
Ew.
Thank you, man. You're awesome. That's so awesome. Now, I know what to do right. All right, this thing is looking very, very good. The grip pattern is all going across very nicely. All the striations are going just like that, the grip pattern. And I also figured out how to get my edge on camera really nice if it's not on a live. But on a regular, I learned a little something about my camera. And I can get edges a little bit better, I think, now. So that's definitely for the future. All right, the burr is moving pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 and 2. I'm going to do that really quick. I could move over. Was Marcus here? I don't think he's here. Maybe I should move to 1200 really quick. Got you, brother. You got a good community coming up here. Yes. Hell yes. The community is amazing. But you know, we try to do the same thing. I was saying it the other day that because somebody was asking me, you know, like about people, you know, like doing such good things for us, and people have been, and we are so grateful for the way people treat us. But the way I try to look at it is I always try to help everybody else. I always try to think about it as what can I do for you, or what can I do for the community, or for somebody else. Everybody's got to stop thinking about like, what can I get out of this? What can I get out of it? Because a lot of people don't do things for people or for whatever, unless if they have, you know, an alternative, like they have something they want to get out of it. And people need to realize, do good stuff for other people and don't think about what you're going to get out of it. Do it because you want to, and because you're a nice guy, and things will always come back to you, man. Good things will happen for you. You just got to get away from that thought process on, oh, and I don't want to do good for this guy because I'm not going to get nothing back. No, that's the exact guy you should be doing good by, is the people that you don't expect to get anything back from, or the person that probably won't be able to do good back to you, you know? It's just the way the cookie crumbles. because it's like you help me, I help somebody else, you know, somebody else helps somebody else, and that's what makes this community amazing. You guys think I should go to 1200 with this? Doing these sharpening videos. Oh man, no problem. And yeah, I'm gonna try to continue to do these every once in a while, these sharpening videos, because I feel like even if I can help one person per video, then it was worth it to me, because that's the point of this, is just to get one person at a time into freehand or into sharpening, period. It doesn't have to be freehand, but just into sharpening, because I'm telling you, man, this is what makes knife loving so much better. Like there's a whole nother avenue, not just with the sharpening itself, but between the stones and natural stones, different type of stones, different finishes, different angles, different edges. It makes it so much. Oh, that's awesome, Sudfish. I'm glad I'm helping you out. It makes knife loving so much better. Like, it really does. When you can appreciate your edge, or like just know what you're gonna like the type of finish you want on that edge, or when you see a knife, you think about like, oh man, I'd like to put this type of edge on that type of knife, you know. And at first, everybody wants that mirror polish, man. Everybody, you know, that Instagram edge. Everybody wants that Instagram edge, and I like a good Instagram edge myself. But you wind up realizing how much sharper, and how much toothier, I should say, not sharper, that would be the wrong language, how much toothier the edge is, and how much more bite it has if it's toothy and it's not mirror polish, because mirror polishing eventually starts knocking down those teeth. Not saying you can't have a toothy polished edge. Yeah, you know what? I'm taking this up to 1200. Let's do this.
Oh shit.
All right, stud. See you later, bud. We will definitely be pretty quick on this stone because we got such a good grip pattern going. Ming Gene! Thank you, bud. I need to get a foghorn so I can every time somebody donates some money, man. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go. Thank you, bud. Man, that's so awesome. You know, in all honesty, like, turning it on, it's not that like I'm like oh man, why don't you guys donate money or something like that. It's just, so many people have asked, why haven't we turned it on? And people have tried to give us, you know, like donate money, you know, like for shipping and handling, whatever it's for. And I didn't know how to or anything. So I started looking into it, and the more I looked into it, the more answers I didn't get. So it's been a struggle for me to turn the shit on, and then I kind of gave up, and then I decided to go back to it because somebody else was trying to talk to me about it. Man, look at all that steel. And now I'm happy I did. I'm very happy I did. Yeah, this is gonna go nice and quick. Plus this 1200 grit I haven't put a lot of work into. How many people here? Man, we have 25 people here. That's insane. Who is all here? I gotta know. Come on, guys. Everybody say who's here. Say here if you're here.
Are you taking attendance?
I'm taking attendance. I'm writing this down. Taking a picture. I'm going to screenshot the names. If anybody needs help from the beginning of the video, wondering how I got my angle and how I'm holding it, Brian, Justin, Megaron, Mr. Ed, Zombie EDC, man, this is so awesome. I appreciate you guys showing up. But if any of you guys are wondering how I got my angle or what these little lines mean on my fingers, at the beginning of the video, I explain it in depth, and I show how to hold an angle and how to keep it freehand without worrying about changing or anything, without it messing up. Yeah, I hope you do. Seems logical. I mean, I still learn new shit every day. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing it for a couple years, and within like a week, I really thought I had it down. But in reality, it seems like every month, like you feel like you've learned more and more. And that's why I was saying like that, this is just a whole nother avenue of awesomeness for loving knives and being into knives and having your tools nice and sharp, and it winds up becoming almost an addiction in itself. And, having that wicked sharp edge, or even just a certain type of edge, having just every time like you check your edge, you're like, oh man, it's not sharp enough. And you'll break out your stones and you'll resharpen it for nothing. You probably could have stropped it using alcohol to wipe your stones. I do use alcohol to wipe my stones at the end. Right now, I'm just wiping off all the steel powder, and then at the end, I'll clean them up. Well, thank you, Jason. Appreciate you here to the end. I love it, Mean Gene. You're awesome, man. All right, got her angle. And just so you guys know, for the people that weren't here from the beginning, this knife had a lot of damage. So I was repairing the edge for somebody in the community. And so that's why it's taking just a little bit longer on diamonds, because the edge was really rounded and, it had a lot of different angles. I explained it at the beginning of the video. So if you guys are interested. I'm just so happy there's fucking 26 people here. What's up, Lion? What's up, bud? That's awesome, man. I can't believe there's so many people here. It's insane. I just started an EC knife YouTube a while back. Recently found you too. And you guys are great. Thank you, Zombie. That means a lot to us. Thank you. We really appreciate all of the subscribers, all the people that help us out, people that donate, the people that just every bit of this community is amazing, man. I feel like I'm getting a little slip here. Hang on 1 second. But yeah, this community is just amazing. Everybody treats everybody so good. There's a few people in the community that tend to, I don't know, I'm not gonna say be dicks, but they try to, I guess I could say they're dicks, but they try to get views off of somebody else's response or someone else's video. I'm not trying to be a dick right now by calling anybody out or anything, but they look for an opportunity when they get one to, create some shit. No, I'm not talking about Steve and Patty or anything like that. I'm not talking about any of that stuff, but just people in general. People tend to try to work off of somebody else's videos and try to start little bullshit. And I've even had it almost done to me over a video I put up. And I even addressed it right off the bat, what I meant as soon as the video started. It was a little bit of, what's that called when you have the title a little bit different than, what's that called? It's called something.
What do you mean?
Like if my video isn't what my title says. What is that called? Like clickbait. It was kind of clickbaity.
You didn't make the title that way to be clickbait. It just was.
No. I'm gonna explain it right now. My title wasn't clickbait at all. My title meant what it meant, but I addressed right when the video started what I meant by using those words right off the bat. And I had somebody make a whole video on me, saying how saying how we or what's confusing the people or adding to the confusement or something like that. And I commented, I said, did you read my description of my video or watch the very beginning of the video? I addressed it literally 10 seconds into the video, what I meant. And it, yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. But I thought it was hilarious, though. I thought it was hilarious. Like, you're willing to make a whole video on it, but you can't watch the first 10 seconds or read the description or anything like that. I addressed what I meant right off the bat. You're just playing wordplay. But I'm not going to talk about what it was or anything like that because I don't want nobody to, whatever. Clarification. Oh, you want some clarification? I'll bet you everybody does right now. And how would you like the White River Backspacer Pro now? I don't know what that is. I thought snobbery was the worst thing about the EDC community. You thought snobbery was? Maybe. I mean, I don't think so. I think some people are snobs. Some people are snobs out there. I just try to be as real as I can be. I don't really care what another person thinks or anything like that. I just do me, try to help as much people as I can in the community. That's what this is about. I feel like we're all about being good people, the people that carry pocket knives, or people that like to be prepared, and people that like to help other people, for the most part. Not everybody, but so that's the type of person I'm going to be with the community, and I try to love everybody, and yeah, that's it. And you get more out of life than trying to be petty. I got enough bullshit that I could deal with outside my house rather than the internet, shit, you know what I mean? Like, fucking life's rough enough. I wanna love being on here and, enjoy having fun with everybody and not be stressed out every time I think about making a video or whatever. So if other people want to do that, they can. Damn it, this thing keeps sliding on me. Normally it doesn't. I think it's because of all this steel. Maybe I'm pushing a little too hard. This is doing really good though. It's almost done. I'm gonna normally I would go, let me just explain something really quick. Normally I would do one side, then the other, and then maybe go one and one and one and one. But I wanted to match up each angle really good and get the tip matched up, because this thing was off on several different places on the edge. So I needed it all to basically work its way out. That's why I've been doing it back and forth a lot more rather than just doing one side, then the other, and then knocking off the burr. Say you were clarifying your opinion in the video. Yeah, I did clarify my opinion in the video, and it wasn't even my opinion, really. It's just, it was my opinion, I guess. But it was my own shit. So, how can I be wrong about my own shit? But yeah, my wordplay is, it doesn't matter, though. What's up, Rhino? You made it. All right, so we got a burr on the other side. Let's start. Let me look at the edge really good. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. All right. I can see that right here at the very heel is a little bit more bigger than right here on this heel. So I'm just going to touch that spot of the heel really quick. And if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to stress about it because they both look damn good. So I'm not that pissed off about it. Let's try to work it out. And then after I get it, I'm going to marry the two together. Because remember, I'm, biting into the steel right there. So now I need to marry that back to the rest of my edge. I did kind of use the edge of the stone. If you guys have diamond stones, also I want to show you guys something right now. If you have a diamond stone, you're going to use this and this more than these parts. So the biggest part you're not going to use on this stone is going to be a triangle right here. Just make a triangle on this side. Those are the two parts you will use the least. So anytime you can, if you need to knock something down, use this little part and this little part of your stone. All right, did I get it? Kind of. Let me marry this together a little bit better because it's not as good as I'd like it to be. You guys in frame. Damn it. Gotta go help out in the kitchen for dinner. All right, it seems logical. Thank you for stopping in, man. Thanks everybody right now for stopping in. I love all you guys, and I appreciate you guys always coming through and always commenting on my videos and being so good to us. You guys are all amazing. And we appreciate everything from everybody. Every like, every comment. All right, now let's knock down our burner. Let me wipe this stone off really quick because I feel like it needs to be cleaned. I should clean it, but I'll clean it at the end. Is that a CRK? It is not. This is a poor man's CRK. So what this is this is the Kizer Guru. And I like to think of it as a poor man's Sabenza. It literally, a lot of it feels like a Sabenza. It really does. I'm glad you actually asked if it was a Sabenza, because I call it the poor man's Sabenza. Cooking supper and watching the show. Well, I am glad to entertain. What are we cooking tonight, Jeff? Speaking of that, now I'm starting to get hungry again. We just got done eating a little bit ago. Tacos! Man, that sounds delicious right now. Sounds really good. I want to get this tip really quick. There we go. Let me ask you guys, who's your guys' favorite YouTuber? And you can't say us, because that's a lie. So who's your guys' favorite knife YouTuber? If you had to pick a favorite one, you can only watch that one for the rest of your days, who would it be? It's 12:30 a.m. in Europe. Holy shit. It is almost 5:30 p.m. here in Chicago. Chicago, I love you. Chicago. It's a song. You know that song?
It doesn't go like that.
That's how it goes.
So
That's the Neevesknives edition. I've got a 4. It's 4 o'clock where you're at, Stid. So, favorite knife YouTuber, who is it? Come on, don't be shy. Yeah, this has got a nice edge on it. Let's hear it. Who is it? You can't say me, so don't be, I don't want to hear a bunch of... Best damn EDC, I like that guy. I've talked to him twice, but I don't, he didn't know who he was talking to or anything, but I can't decide. You like too many. Well, you only get one for the rest of your life, stud. Which one is it? Come on. There's got to be one out there right now. If we had to take every single one of them off, which one is it? I'll tell you guys mine if you tell me yours. Oh, need to plug this bitch in. Patty from across the shop. Advanced Knife Grill, that's a good one too. That's not a fair question. I know it's not fair. I just thought of that when I started trying to think of mine. OCD agrees you'll learn a lot from his tutorials too. Okay, OCD for EDC. There's a couple newer channels out there, and if I could tell you guys to subscribe to Kyle Lamphere, he's just recently started a channel. Not only is he a really cool dude, but he's got, when he gets to 1,000 subs, I think he's only at like 450 right now, but when he gets to 1,000 subs, he's going to do $1,000 knife giveaway. That's amazing. But I really like that guy. Big Red EDC, yeah, he's a good guy. I like Big Red. I like a lot of channels. You gotta, obviously we all watch a lot of channels, right? There's so many channels we all watch, and I obviously love them all. A lot of them inspired me, but I have found that lately I'm getting away from some of the ones that I watched in the beginning or for a long time now, and I'm starting to watch other channels because it helps break it up. Because I've noticed not all, but some channels are tending to sound the same every time I listen to their videos. So I don't want it to get boring for me. That way, I stay watching their channel. So I've been enjoying myself some new knife content. Oh yeah. Also, this week Thursday I'm going to go live on the Knife Junkie, and we are going to talk about Two Sons. Please show up if you guys can. I don't know what time it will be. Thursday Night Knives. I think it's at 10 or something like that. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think it's at 10 o'clock. I think. Anyways, try to show up if you guys can. I would love to not only get that guy some some views and some clout and all that shit, but like to show him that, when Neevesknives shows up, he brings an audience. Can you please give World of EDC a shout? World of EDC. Please go check out World of EDC. Let's go and check them out right now. Look them up.
I'm on my phone.
It's right in front of you. You didn't see it?
No.
All right, look them up really quick so we can, because I know who it is. I just can't think of it. Like, listen, guys, I have probably 200 knife channels that I'm sub to, and that is not a joke. Yes, Thursday night. Hey, is it at 9
You're
o'clock?
subscribed to him.
I am subscribed to him. All right, so there you guys go. World of EDC. Check him out.
300 subscribers.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Another guy, Backpack B. He's another guy, man, he's got a really cool channel. All right, this thing is about done. I know I've had you guys here for a long time. I'm trying, this burr is just moving side to side on me. Let's try to play with it a little bit. But yeah, there's so many good channels out there, so many good people. I definitely want to keep our channel unique and entertaining. I did think about, and let me know, there's 27, yeah, Backpack is a beast. Yeah, Chicago, go Bears. Apostle P, yeah, I do like his, I like his, channel. He sells a lot of knives. What was I about to say? He is a great guy. Nobody really has him on the radar. I like that. If I can do something for someone, I will do it for sure. Yeah, for sure. And that's how we should all be with each other. Everybody should be worried more about what you can do for the next guy rather than what the next guy can do for you.
Or it's not what your country can do for you. It's what you can do for your country.
There you go. But what was I about to say? I was about to say something. Oh, yeah. I don't remember. Whoa, Robert Miller. Holy shit. Thanks, bud. Wow. That's amazing, man. Thank you so much. That's insane, man. And he gave us an American flag. That's awesome, Robert. Thank you.
What's that mean?
He gave us a $10, he gave us $10 and threw an American flag up for the super chat. That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Shit.
That's really cool.
That is so awesome. It really made me forget what I was gonna say.
You were talking about not what you can do for you.
No, it was something else right before that. Damn. Thank you, man. It's awesome. Oh, man. What the hell was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I was talking about channels and us. So I was thinking about doing a couple videos. And I don't know if you guys, and I want you guys to be honest. There's 27 of you guys here, which is fucking insane. But if you guys could just be honest for 1 minute and don't bullshit me, because I'd rather your honesty than anything. But if we made a video, like a funny video of us like watching another I don't know, another knife channel or watching something on the internet and did a reaction video, right? Like something like that. Something that's not knife content whatsoever. Has nothing to do with knives. Would you guys watch it, or would you guys just be like, yeah, it's not really knife content? Because I know there's a couple guys out there that tried doing stuff like that, and I didn't like it because I went there for knives and they weren't doing knives, and I didn't like it. That being said, what I'm talking about, I kind of get into some of those videos from some people because I think they're just hilarious, like watching something that they're watching at the same time with them while they're reacting to it. Because then, we all okay, nah, you wouldn't watch? Okay, thank you. I'm so happy you were honest about that. I kind of get into stuff like that, like especially funny ones, like just stupid things people do on the internet, or maybe a second channel. Yeah, maybe. And we thought about that. We actually did start a second channel, but we have not posted anything on it. And it was just basically or what it's going to be, or what it was going to be, is just me and her doing funny stuff, or not even us doing funny stuff, but us watching funny stuff and us reacting to it. And not even just that, but just an array of stuff. We were kind of just, just me and her doing stuff. I love your energy, but I like the knives. I don't like cat videos. Yeah, I don't like cat videos either. But I hear what you mean though, and I'm happy that you were honest about that, because most people wouldn't be honest about that, and they would just be like, yeah, man, I'd watch anything. But not saying if you guys weren't honest about that, if you guys really would watch it, that's awesome too. Because I think I might make a video either way, and if nobody watches it, nobody watches it. I'm doing it for myself. And that's kind of, what this is just, I'm not going to say stress reliever, but, we have the channel for ourselves, obviously for you guys too, but I enjoy doing this. I really do. And I enjoy, the entertainment, the conversations. I enjoy all that stuff. So, I wouldn't mind making a video and nobody watching it, to be honest. Obviously, we all want 1 million subs and want everybody to watch. All right, this thing's about done. I am going to probably strap it. This burr right here, just a little bit. I know I keep saying that, but I've been kind of not paying attention, messing around. I need to hold my angle. But yeah, thank you for your honesty. Whoa. Now our next big... Damn, man. That's insane. Thank you, man. Waptucci just gave us $15. Do the...
Oh,
Come on. That's insane. Hawaiian knifing gear. Holy shit. You're here. More knife ASMR. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Man, thank you for the donation. And that's insane. We appreciate that. I like funny stuff, but I don't like reaction vids. Yeah, see, I've always felt the same way. Let me just make this clear. I always felt the same way. So that's why I kind of thought about it, like if it's a channel that right? And they're watching, I don't know, like something. It doesn't have to be funny. That's the funny part about it. It doesn't have to be funny. It can be anything. Like say, nasty things, goofy things, crazy things. And you're basically just watching them, or basically like watching the whatever they're watching with them and hearing what they're talking about with it.
Are you talking about live or?
No. We're talking about recorded videos. So they would be edited and everything else, and it's just for entertainment. Like there's no it's not like you're learning anything, unless if they talk about something, I don't know, something that you don't know about. All right, this thing is looking really, really good. Such a good name. Waptucci. That is a cool name.
That's what Lil Wayne is called.
Is it?
Yeah.
Waptucci? Oh, Tucci?
Young Tucci. You never heard that?
Yeah, heard that. I think Netflix has a party deal. Yeah, party deals are cool too, but I was kind of thinking of something else, but that's not a bad idea. Mike Emler tried to do it. I don't know how good it went, but
Where you watch together?
yeah, where you guys watch Netflix together. But I was thinking of more like say like there's those weird shows like with people's crazy fetishes, or maybe I don't know, caps. Doesn't matter. The point is there's tons of videos on the internet of weird, crazy, funny, stupid, whatever. And basically we watch it and then give us our opinion on what happened in the video, or how dumb the person was, or maybe how funny it was, or maybe whatever, doesn't matter. The point is that you watch and get the reaction of, depending on the video. It took me 10 years to get 102 subs. I really never put videos up for subscribers. I do it just for fun, and that's how you should do it, to be honest. You shouldn't be doing it. Don't get me wrong, everybody likes to see the subs. That's not a secret. We wouldn't be doing it for nothing. But you should be doing it not for yourself. You should be doing it for the people. That's how it should be. Most people that make videos for clout, for whatever, anything but for the people, they're not gonna do good, because it doesn't matter what they get, they'll always want more. If you're doing it to help people, then as long as you get one subscriber, then you've helped somebody, or whatever. Especially if you do actually help them, then you're actually doing what you set out for, and that's how it should be. All right, this is pretty damn good. I'm kind of wanting to be a little more refined, so I'm going to do something right now. I'm going to grab another stone out. I know I said I was going to stop at the 12, but I feel like this thing should be a little more refined. So, sorry to keep you guys for longer, and if you guys don't want to stay, don't feel obligated. I see it dropping off. We went from 27 to 22, and if you guys don't want to stick around for this part, that's fine. I'm just going to hit another stone and then possibly throw a little polish on this, or maybe just drop. I don't know. I'm kind of going by the edge, and it's really sticky, but I want to get it just a little bit more stickier, because I didn't want it to be too much bite. Oh yeah, that actually helped out a little bit. So I'm going to refine the edge just a little bit more. This is a hard Arkansas, a natural stone. These are very cheap. You can get them very cheap. It's about 1,000 grit. Now you're probably wondering, hey man, you just went from a 1,200 grit to 1,000 grit? Well, yeah, because this is a little bit different. It's a natural texture. This is diamonds, so it's going to give you a little bit different finish, and this is always going to refine an edge more than a diamond finish. Diamond finishes, they can go all the way up to polish depending on how smooth the diamonds are, or not how smooth, how gritty they are. Do you want drama? The planet Earth, that dude is a drama king. Yeah. I don't know if I want drama. I hate drama queens. If I see two fighting, unless I know the truth, I'll delete both. Yeah, I don't like controversy bullshit either. I think it's pathetic. It is. We're fucking supposed to be here for entertainment and for a knife hobby. It's a passion. It's not supposed to be anything that's supposed to piss you off or anything like that. I'm not saying there's not controversial shit that happens out there, and sometimes what happens is people, they feel so involved that they feel like they need to make a video, and I know, like a lot of people that are on, have channels and stuff, and they feel like they owe people an explanation, or they owe people their opinion, and they don't. They absolutely don't, and sometimes it just creates more drama than necessary. Yeah, I mean, don't let nobody, give you shit for doing video. Do people give you shit for making videos on Chinese knives? I don't really care. People can give me shit all they want. They don't have to buy it. They don't have to do it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. I still support American knives, and I do buy American knives, so I'm a knife reviewer. I'm not just a USA made knife reviewer, but I do try to influence people to support their country, especially in other ways, not knives, but there's lots of other ways. Knives is the least of the problems we have in the U.S. Not really. I think most people that watch my videos know what I like. Right. Please, friend, let's forget this politic thing about Chinese or American. Here in our world, it's not important. Yeah, it's true.
I'm so tired of hearing about it.
Yep. Yeah, I don't, yeah, we don't even have to talk about it no more right from here on out. I have those stones in 8x3, 3, 6, and 12. Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. I just went from a 300 to a 600 to a 1200, and now I went to a hard Arkansas to refine the edge a little bit. Now, this could be considered between 8 and 1,000 grit, but it's not going to, it's going to be a little bit more of a refined edge than the diamond stone. So that's why I would drop back down. And it'll also, you know, with Arkansas stones, the way they go is that you can get a toothy finish, you can get a polished finish. It all depends on how much time you put into them, how hard you push, lots of different things. And basically just the time you push. You should let your stone do the work. But depending on how much time you spend on them, depends on how refined your edge winds up getting. Now, I think I might go to a true heart or a translucent after this, or I might just go to these little Lansky stones I have and do a polish on this thing. That will help bring out a little bit more sharpness, because I feel like this thing should be a little bit more refined. I don't feel like it's refined enough. Can you send us a pre-notification the day before your podcast? Because I forget already. Okay, so we have a podcast going on. It's not on our channel though. It's on Knife Junkies podcast. I forgot that I'm wearing this glove. This is for carpal tunnel, guys. I don't know why I have this on right now, but yeah, Knife Junkie podcast Thursday night. I think it's at 9 or 10 on Knife Junkie podcast. We were doing one, but when we do lives like this, I don't know how to send out a notification for YouTube. I do know how to make a post, and that's the thing that you guys read. But other than that, I'll figure it out. Yes, I will, and I will figure out how to do that. If I could figure out how to send out people those notifications, like going live in 30 minutes, I will absolutely do it. I'm trying to figure it out. Thursday night at 10 o'clock. Okay, Thursday night, 10 o'clock is Knife Junkie podcast. He is, where's he at? He's in I think East Coast. Yeah, he's in the East Coast. So I think he's in Virginia. So I don't know what time it'll be for you guys, but yeah, Virginia. Yeah, see, there you go, Virginia. Yeah, this burr is definitely still rocking back and forth, which is cool, I guess, because I need it to, because I need this bite to just come back a little bit sharper. Jared, so on your opinion, the Kizer knives on AliExpress are real? Yes, they are. They're going to be real. They usually, on AliExpress, they usually tell you that they're a clone. They usually say that they're a clone. And not saying that they don't have, like, if you see a Chris Reeves knife for $50, it's obviously not real. I agree, Rhino, but sometimes people, they want that Instagram edge, they want, you know, and let me say this, that mirror edge, you can get a hell of a bite from a mirror edge that's laid back. If it's laid back and the bevel's nice and big, you can get that mirrored edge and still have a nice good bite to it. Now, is it very strong? No, it's not very strong. And after about 2 or 3 cuts, it's going to go down to a working edge. So I agree with you. I do like the way it looks sometimes, though. And if somebody wants that type of edge, I have no problem putting it on. I understand why people like it. But, you know, after about 2 or 3 swipes on on anything through cardboard or whatever, it's going to go down to a working finish. That's why I prefer the working finish the most. I like between a 600 and a 2000 grit finish is my favorite, because that way it's got a lot of bite to it. Like this is getting a lot of bite now. It has a lot of bite to it, and it stays with a lot of bite. So when you're using it, it feels like it just gets a little sharper after the first few cuts. And then it, you know, will slowly start getting more duller. Now, a good polished edge can do the same thing. So, like, after a few cuts, it's just going to feel a little sharper because the teeth are going to start getting exposed. So, but if it's too laid back, it's not going to do that. You're going to ruin your edge. You know, after a few cuts, it's going to damage the edge because it's too fine. Knife Junkie Pod is big. If you were invited, it's because you're damn good. Oh, thanks, man. And that's awesome. So what we did was, we've been on Knife Junkie Podcast twice now. And, well, the first time was only for like 15 minutes. But the second time we had a whole episode, and on Thursday, I do not know how long I'm going to be on for. I'm hoping it's the whole time, because we have a lot of stuff we're going to talk about. So I sent him some Tucson knives. So we're going to talk about the Tucson knives. I think he's liking them. And so he's never experienced a Tucson knife. So it's his first experience with a Tucson knife, which I think is amazing that we got to get him experiencing them. And we're going to talk about a few other things. Me and him talked on something else about some past experiences with me, and we talked it in a private chat, and he said that he would love to hear about it on the podcast, stuff like that. So we decided to set it up to basically have a conversation about, you know, the topic. OCD, what's up, bud? You're in the house. Justin, so check out this. Oh, guys, I was walking into a gas station today wearing my ZT hat, and a state cop asked me if I like zero tolerance, so I busted out my new 308, and we talked about the brand for a bit. That is awesome. I'm happy to hear. Well, we don't. If he was willing to do that, then he's not in a bad state. No, that's really cool. I'm glad that that he was a ZT fan. Usually, man, you know, a knife lover knows another knife lover, and you guys can bond over the knives. I'm not saying there's not some dickhead cops out there, and I'm not saying, you know, there's not great cops out there. There's both of the above. They're human too. So I've had my fair share of a lot of bad experiences with cops, and I've had a few good ones. So, but haven't had too many issues with my pocket knife with them. I mean, I've had them taken away for a little bit, but then I've always gotten them back, so. I have had lots of stuff taken from the cops, though, confiscated, and then they lose it. So that means that they stole my shit. I've had that many times. So you can't blame me if I don't trust cops too much. Which ones did you send him? I sent him the 220. I sent him the Monarch. I sent him the Maverick, the 177, and I sent him the 49, and I sent him the 138. I think the one with the big ass thumb studs. And also, I'm not sure if he sent it yet. Jeff Smith, thank you very much. What was the hardest thing to learn about freehand? I will say that in 1 second. The next one, I have a buddy, Jamie. I asked him because I sent him a while back my TS 162, which is, I think, in my opinion, is a great Tucson, especially if you like big knives. The TS 162 has amazing ergos, amazing action, easy access to the lock bar. It's just a great knife. The pocket clip kind of sucks, but it's a great knife, and I think that Bob will like that one. So I'm trying to get my buddy to send him that knife, And so to answer your question, the hardest thing was I didn't do the finger trick at first. So the hardest thing for me was holding my angle nice and steady, and basically this is the hardest part. So doing this part back and forth right here, the exact same every time, because you feel like it's the exact same every time, right? But really you've moved your knife like this or like this ever so slightly, that it can change your angle, and it makes it to where you get a sharp edge. You know, like after you sharpen, you'll get a very sharp edge, but you'll get a what's it called, a not a perfect V grind. So you'll get a I can't think of the name of it, but you won't get a perfect V grind. So that if you want a perfect V grind, you gotta hold your angle really steady. Some will tell you that you don't have to, because a convex edge, that's what I was trying to say. So a convex edge technically is stronger than a V grind. So it will technically last longer. Now, some people say it doesn't look as good as a perfect V grind. So, you know, it's all preferences, but anybody who knows edges and knows sharpening, you know, if it's sharp and it goes through material very well, and some of the sharpest edges I've ever felt were a convex edge. So hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, holding the angle back and forth and keeping it nice and steady, trying to basically get not a convex edge. So trying to get a perfect V grind was probably the hardest part. But this line on the thumb will help you so much get or hold your angle and be able to repeat the same one. And like I said, I'm barely letting my finger slide across the stone, just barely touching the stone. All right, guys, I gotta say, all right, Megaron, yeah, yeah, convex, yeah, thank you, bud. You tried to help me, and I didn't even look. Later, Megaron, thank you for coming through. I am almost done with this. I know I spent a lot of time on this, guys. This thing needed some time, though. That was the whole point, was that it needed some repair. This is very sharp. It's definitely hair shaving, but I feel like I gotta get it just a little bit more, so I am going to... Whoa, OCD, thanks, bud. Man, this is insane. Wow, we got our first super chat today, and you guys have all been awesome. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. You keep up the good work yourself. I seen your the Spyderco video. With that, you know, I'm gonna say I kind of agree with you. I agree with the other guys too. So I agree with all the above, and I know that's kind of cliche, but I understand why people don't like it. But I also understand that you don't have to get it if you don't want it. So, but it makes it for people that do want it. They can't get it even though they want it because they're all sold out, or they spent their money on the last ones, or whatever. But I understand both points of view. I think you sounded like a dick in the video, I'm gonna say, but I do agree with you, though. You don't have to get the damn knife if you don't want the damn knife. But I know you said, you know, that you weren't trying to be or anything like that, and you were just giving your opinion. But I'm just giving you my opinion too. But yeah, I do agree with you. You don't have to get the knife, and they obviously know what they're doing. They've one of the top American knife companies, and they gotta make money. And with the inflation, of course it's gonna inflate. You know, every year everything goes up for everybody. Cost of living goes up every year. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't buy them. I'll tell you that damn much. I don't buy any of those sprint runs. And I'd be smart if I did, because I could resell them. I could. Yo, from that last super chat. Oh, that's hilarious. But no, I understood where you were coming from, though. Yeah, hopefully I'm not being a dick now. You think I'm being a dick? You know, sometimes on YouTube, you know, sometimes you come off worse than you feel like you are. That's actually a problem. I've actually had people that think that I'm being an asshole to Kara.
Oh, that's just bullshit. That's so
They
funny.
think that I'm being such a dick to her, and they'll literally like chew me out, and it won't be just one. So like I gotta rewatch the video and think about it, like, what did I say? What's up, Hilltop? What's up, bud?
Or like when you say that you're gonna like, or that I'm not gonna share something with you, people will be like, you guys should really learn to share.
Yeah.
And, you know, let's not have this negativity. You don't need to fight.
Yeah,
And
we
I'm
share
like,
everything.
We share everything. It's just a joke.
All right, Rhino. Sorry it's so late where you're at. Sweet dreams, bud. Yeah, it's all good. I'm fine with whatever anyone's opinions is. You're entitled to. Right, that's the way I am too. I don't give a shit what anybody's opinion is. It doesn't have to be mine. And you know, I would much rather us be honest with each other rather than create a fake facade. I hate when I know it too, when I feel it and I know that person is just having such a fake facade and is being as fake as he can be just because he doesn't want to look bad or something like that, which I understand to an extent. You're never going to get out something the way it's intended always. So I you know, and I understand that too, especially now doing videos. There were so many people before I started doing YouTube that I thought of like, man, what a dick. And then after doing YouTube, I realized I sound just like them. And I'm not trying to be or anything like that. And it's just the way it sounds, or the way, you know, the way I guess people interpret it. I just think as being a huge hypocrite to say that you hate sprints at the same time that you have on your hand. Yeah, I mean, I admitted. I know you're not talking about me right there, but I admitted in the past couple of videos how I have been a hypocrite with some of the things I've said, and I can be honest with that. But yeah, you know, I understand. Yeah, you say that you don't like it and blah blah blah, but yet you're buying it and you have it, and you know, maybe they're just trying to say that they don't like that they to get it that they have to buy it and that they don't like to buy them, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're talking about the majority. You know, the same thing too with that. You don't know exactly, just because they said it one way, your interpretation can take it another. You know, maybe they meant like they've obviously bought them, but they don't like to. I don't know, but I don't. I don't really buy them. I know you do, and you like them. So, and a lot of people do. That's the thing. So it obviously works because man, people will go out of their way to get some of them sprint runs. So it works for them. It don't work for me because to me, like, I guess there's some colors that maybe there's certain knives that I might like. So there's a certain Tucson out there that if it was in micarta, I would buy it again. But if I already got a knife in one way, I'm not gonna buy it because it's another color again when it wasn't that color before, unless if I really like that knife. But there's a lot of collectors out there that do. Slicey uploaded a video now about the Kershaw Launch 11. After the live, everyone goes to Slicey Dicey Please. Yes, most definitely. I just watched a launch video from Jeff Jewell. He had some issues sharpening one. The angles or the grind was messed up. Alright, I know you guys are probably getting sick of me, huh? You guys are probably like, would you hurry up with sharpening this fucking knife? I know I've been on this stone for quite some time. I shouldn't be on it this long. I should have been off of this stone a long time ago. I am going to, let me just do this really quickly. Just refine it a little bit. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm actually being pretty light on this stone. And normally I would go from here to the translucent, but I'm going to go to a fine ceramic, and not a big one. I do have a big Spyderco ceramic, but I'm going to go to this little tiny one. And I am going to just clean it up just a little bit and see if I can't get this edge to poke out just a little bit more. This isn't my knife, and I like to treat people's knives really good and get them. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. sharp as a knife as I can. So now I'm just going to grab this little tiny, and it's a small stone, just a little tiny stone, and show you. And I've done complete sharpenings on these stones, hand sharpening them just like this, and it doesn't even take that long. It really doesn't. I can do a whole sharpening, like even faster than I just did this whole sharpening. If I'm not, paying attention and talking to people and stuff like that, like way faster. I mean, like I probably could have done this whole thing on a set of these stones freehand, probably 30 minutes. And that's with refining all the damage on the edge, because I have a really coarse diamond stone, so it would have just hogged off some steel. Now this one I do have to hold my angle. And what I'm doing is I'm basically just watching my edge and making sure my edge is what hits the whole time. And I can see on the stone that I'm getting a lot of steel off, so because it's basically getting rid of the grit pattern. So it's just refining the teeth just a little bit. Damn it. Hopefully I don't polish the teeth out too much, because I'm trying to get it just a little bit more bitier. Okay. Alright, I'm going to start paying attention. Well, let me ask some questions. I would have hit that on the strap 20 minutes ago and called it good. So would I have. I'm fixing this up for a buddy. So it had a lot of damage on the blade because they tried to freehand and they didn't go so hot. So I'm making the video and I'm talking, so if I was just by myself sharpening, this would have been done in 30 minutes altogether, and I could have put a mirror polish on it in 45 minutes, but I'm dicking around a little bit. I'm not paying attention as good as I should be, and then so I'm having to go back to stones and stuff, or do more work on the stone than I intended. But yeah, you're right. I honestly, my favorite edge is, I said this a little while ago, like anywhere from a 600 grit to a 2000 grit. I love a nice 600 grit finish, which would have been the second diamond stone that I was on today. I love that finish. It's so toothy, and there's so much bite to it, man. When you touch it, it just feels like it wants to just cut into you. Now, you want to refine that edge really good. Like, you want to be nice and light on the stones, when you're progressively about to get off, when you're doing the one-in-one, so that the teeth aren't too dug in there, or the grip pattern isn't too deep. You don't want to push really hard on a 600 grit stone if you want to use that as your total edge. I would have hit the same comment. When you said small ceramic stone, I imagine Lansky stone. Do you ever use the Lansky stone guide sharpener? I don't anymore, not as a guided system, but this is a Lansky stone. That's what this is. I like to use the Lansky stones. I just don't use the system anymore. It's so much faster for me to just do it freehand. I can totally use these things freehand, especially the diamond stones. I mean, shit, I just did a recurve blade the other day on 2 diamond stones. It was a coarse and a fine, and shit, I had that thing done in 20 minutes. Those diamond stones really rough when you first get them. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier too. You want to make sure you get some sharpenings in on a diamond stone when you first get it, because they are a lot coarser than they're gonna be for the rest of their life. They are extra gritty at first, especially like a coarse, ooh, or an extra coarse. Shit, it's like rubbing it across gravel at first. Let me feel this thing. Yeah, It's all right. Not that happy with it, to be honest. Let me hit a couple more times, maybe. I mean, it's okay. I'm not that happy with this edge. I'm really not. It shaves hair, but I just feel like it could be so much more better. Maybe, I mean, I do have this other, it's probably because I jumped to this instead of going to my, my Arkansas True Hard. If I would have jumped to that first, I think that this would feel a lot better. I go 600 to 1,000 and then drop. I can say I've ever had a polished edge in my life. I guess I don't have the patience. You know, I mean, I like doing polished edges sometimes, but for the most part, a 600 grit edge is great to me. 1,000 grit edge is great. 300, 600 grit DMT, 16 micron CVN cowhide, 4 micron on a Kizer Guru. You go crazy. What I like is, this is for carpal tunnel. I don't even need this thing on right now. But I like to go 600 grit, 300 grit, 600 grit, and then I hit it on the white compound. Oh, that's my favorite edge. That, or maybe, you know, up to 1,000, something like that. I'll go to 2,000 if I really want to, but I like hitting it on the white stropping compound, not the green, the white. It leaves your edge with so much more bite than the green. I like it. Yeah, I'm not leaving this damn thing until I'm satisfied with it. And it feels like glass under the nail, but I'm just not happy with it. I'm really not, guys. Even if I have to backtrack. Shit, this is not. I mean, it looks good. It looks damn good. And it's sharp as shit. Let me see how it feels on paper really quick. It's kind of wet on the thing. I mean, it's sharp as shit, but it's just, I'm not happy with it. I mean, I can do S's and stuff. I can shave with it, but it just doesn't have that that bite that I like. Like, I like to feel a lot of bite. Let me see how easily it shaves. It shaves, but I don't like it. I'm not happy with it. Is that the medium Arkansas stone? This is just the regular hard. I got a soft, a hard, and then I got a true hard, which is this is the translucent. So I almost feel like it's starting off your mode. Maybe it is that the fingerless gloves. Maybe that's what it was. Let me I'm gonna hit this thing on a strop really quick. That might make me feel a little better. I also have one more trick up my sleeve that I can do and still finish the edge. Actually, that's actually refining it a lot. That's actually helping a lot right there. Maybe I just had... See, this ceramic, they should knock off the burr. Sometimes I don't even like using a strop. Sometimes I go right from the stone right to... Yeah, it's feeling a little bit better. But right from the stone, and I mean, I'll still hit it on a strop, you know, a lot of times, but sometimes I don't, because sometimes I just have such a nice bitey edge that I'm happy with it. Yeah, that's what steel you sharpen? This is S35 VN. Yes, there are good stones and bad ones. What are you using to sharpen now? Okay, this is just a ceramic, but I used a 300 grit diamond, a 600, 1200, and then I went to an Arkansas, and then I was just using a ceramic fine. Now I could go to an ultra fine. Yeah, fuck it. It's for a buddy. I might as well give him a nice edge. I'm not going to spend much time on this stone, though. Like, I'm literally only just going to hit it back and forth a couple times. I don't like to polish my edges, and the reason why is because you lose that bite, man. Like, you go from a knife that feels super sharp, and it's super toothy, I should say, not sharp, but super toothy, to an edge that just looks really good. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I like the way a nice mirror edge looks, but it doesn't perform. And there's a middle spot. There's a spot right between really toothy and mirror polished that works perfect. I was asking Penny. Well, hey, man, I'm reading the last comment. But yeah, I like that happy medium, like that semi-polished. That really toothy, semi-polished edge, or just a nice toothy edge. I like all edges though, man. I'll sit here and tell you how I love all edges. I get into edges and the performance and what performs better than others and what looks better than others and what's good for this, what's good for that. There's always an edge that's good for something else. So, yeah, Casey Tyler, I love a 1,000 grit edge. A nice 1,000 grit edge that has a nice bite to it. I love it. And there's, a different edge for a different job. So, depending on what you're wanting to do with that knife, it depends on the edge you should be putting on it. And that's another thing I get into with knives now. When I buy a knife or get a knife, I think about like what kind of edge I want to put on it and what I'm going to be doing with it. And I sharpened a knife for a guy. It was going to be a Christmas present, and the guy who wound up getting it, because it was like a Secret Santa thing, but I knew a guy was going to get it, and I sharpened it to an 800 grit, very toothy edge. And I mean, like, it was very sharp. Like, it was stupid sharp. It was a Kershaw. What kind of knife was that, baby? She's not listening. It was a Kershaw something. And he wound up getting it. And he's good with tools. Like, he does concrete for a living. The guy's a construction worker. And he wound up cutting himself to the bone twice within an hour. And I kind of felt bad. Like, not for him cutting himself. I mean, he's fucking a concrete worker and he should be more careful. I mean, he was drunk. But I put such an edge on him. He's not used to having edges like that. A lot of people are used to getting just factory edges. They're not used to getting an edge that, has a lot more bite. And it'll slip right through you a lot faster than, a factory edge or even a dull edge at that. A lot of people are used to dull edges. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good now, guys. I'm liking this now. This is a sapphire, just so you guys know. I keep laying it down like that. Don't do that to your stones, guys. I'm slapping it down on its face. The old man can't sharpen a knife to cut butter. If you want to get freehand sharpening, check out the Workshop GSS. It's about the system you get for the money. These diamond stones, I think, this is in my opinion, are the best for the money. These ultra sharp. You can get a 300, a 600, and a 1200, 2x6. These things are really good. They last for a very long time. You can get it for about 45 bucks. On Amazon. I do link it normally after the videos of my sharpening videos. I link a bunch of sharpening stuff, but if you go back to my last sharpening video, or one of my last sharpening videos, I have a whole bunch of sharpening stuff, and there's like 3 different sets of those diamond stones with 3 different prices. There's one that's expensive. Don't buy that one. I put it on there just in case if the other ones were out, but they're the same company, same everything. 45 bucks. You should be able to get all 3 stones for. Well, you need to get into work with. Alright, I am going to stop now. I'm actually really happy with this now. I need to refine that. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just gonna hit it. Angle 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, let's hit it on the strap really quick. Where did I put the strap? Sorry if you guys can't see that. I got it right on the edge of the table. That's why you guys might not be able to see it. Oh no, you guys can probably see it. Yeah, you guys can see that shit. This is the white compound. That's why it looks gray. This is actually just freshly cleaned and laid on there. I don't want to hear how I need to replace the compound on my strap. This is nice and fresh. It's the white compound, so it looks gray when it's on the strap. Everybody always leaves a remark because they think it's the green shit. I like the green stuff too, but the white stuff I think is the best. I can't believe there's 28 people here. That's insane. Yeah, this thing feels good now. It's feeling pretty good. I wonder though if I should have laid my edge back. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got a nice fat edge on there. I wanted to make it a nice fat edge, but I almost wonder if I should have, see it? If I should have, I guess not, because if I had laid it back anymore, it'd be a little too big. It's a nice strong edge though, it's just this thing's kind of thick behind the edge, that's why it looks so fat. But, he destroyed our Dolica. I got the Dolica right here. Think about that Dolica. Bam! I need to do a video on this thing, seeing how much it can handle. I think it can handle more than you guys think. I mean, it's the infamous Dolica. It's 300 and 1200. 300 and 1200, I mean, I don't think there's a problem going from 300 to 1200, but you're going to have to spend a little more time on your 1200, and it's going to break down your 1200 grit a lot faster than if you went from 300 to 600, then to 12. It would save a lot of life on that 1200 gritstone, because to me, okay, I have a 3, a 6, and a 12 right here. I've put about 200 sharpenings on each of them. My 6 and my 300 are still good. My 1200 is shot, and it's just because it breaks down faster than the other two stones. So yeah, that thing's nice and toothy. So, or it's not nice and toothy. It's got a lot of bite to it. You know, it's kind of a polished edge. So nice and toothy, very nice. I appreciate all you guys coming and hanging out with me. I love all you guys. Thanks for all the donations, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for sharpening knives with me. I loved it all you guys came through. This is just a knife I gotta strap really quick. Hopefully some of you guys got, if not, some information, a little entertainment out of today. Oh yeah, me and Kara are going to try to go live tomorrow and do a funny live video. We got some funny topics or that we have already set in stone for some live videos we want to do. I'm not positive on which one we're going to do tomorrow, but me and her have been talking about it, so we got a pretty good idea for tomorrow's live. hopefully you guys all get to show up, because tomorrow is going to be a fun live. It's not going to be a sharpening video. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be for you guys and your guys' entertainment. Please show up tomorrow. Show us some love. I can't promise, but I'm pretty sure you guys will have some fun with the games. So see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Well, say it again.